All right, today we're going to be doing a Greek dish called moussaka. It's a dish that I learned when we went to Greece about 3 years ago. So it's a lot of patience and a lot of work, but it's totally worth it. So usually in Greece they fry the veggies, but my husband, who is healthy and wants to be, eat healthy, suggested that I bake the veggies. So we're gonna bake those veggies. So basically what you need are zucchini, eggplant. So I'm gonna use about 3. There's 2 big, 1 small. And then about, I think I'm gonna add more potatoes actually. I'm gonna have like 6 potatoes. That's for the layers. Then you're gonna need some ground meat, some tomatoes, about 5 that you're gonna cut in little cubes and boil, 1 green pepper, and then for in between the layers you're gonna need some Parmesan cheese and some shredded cheese. So I picked a 4 cheese blend, and then for the bechamel sauce you're gonna need some milk, some flour, some salt, white pepper, nutmeg, ground nutmeg, and also, I forgot to bring it out, some butter. And I'll show you also how to do the bechamel sauce. And then, so I'm gonna spray pan on those trays. This is where I'll be putting my veggies. And we're gonna get started. So first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna cut all of this. I'm gonna peel the tomatoes and the eggplant. These don't need to be peeled. Actually, the small one actually don't need to be peeled either. And then I'm gonna put it, lay it on the trays. So here are my veggies, all cut and put into trays. And what I also did is I sprayed some Pam on top as well. So I'm gonna put it, I preheated my oven to 425, and I'm gonna put them in for about, I would say 25 minutes to 30 minutes. You just check it and see if it cooks. You don't want to burn the potatoes too, so, or any veggies. All right. So there you go. I chopped my 5 tomatoes really finely and 1 green pepper, same thing. Just the precision also, I ended up using 1 medium eggplant and 1 big, so I didn't end up using the 3rd big one. And I used 4 zucchinis and 6 potatoes. Now while the veggies are cooking, I'm gonna start the meat mix. So I put some olive oil. Clearly Zane is enjoying what I'm saying. And once it's warm, I'm gonna add the ground meat. So there's the meat cooked. So now I'm gonna be adding the tomatoes, and then the green peppers, and then I'm gonna add some salt and some white pepper. There we go. I'm gonna mix the whole thing, and then I'm gonna let it simmer until the tomatoes and pepper are cooked through. Meanwhile, we can start also working on the bechamel sauce. Okay. So you start by putting 2 tablespoons of butter, and you let it completely melt, and then slowly we'll be adding the flour. All right, so now that the butter has melted, you can see I have like a small Turkish coffee cup of flour. So you're just gonna spray it really fast and you mix it at the same time. Now you mix that. I didn't put the entire cup. So what I'm gonna do is add some milk on top, a little bit, and keep mixing it. We're still not done with the flour. So I'm just gonna do that real fast. There we go. Now it's starting to thicken. I'm gonna still add some more flour. A little bit more. There you go. You can see how the sauce is starting to thicken. There you go. I'm gonna add some more milk once it's thick. There you go. There. Now I'm gonna keep turning and put the rest of my flour. There you go. So keep turning. And then I'm adding the rest of the milk. And then I'll keep stirring until it gets thick. Actually, I'm gonna use a wooden spoon. So I'm gonna keep on turning until it gets thick. And once it starts making bubbles, then I'll take it out of the heat. And I'll add some salt and some ground nutmeg. So there's my sauce. I took it out of the heat because it started making bubbles, and I added the salt and the ground nutmeg. And now I'm gonna let it rest and wait for the veggies to finish baking. So now that all my veggies are ready and baked, I'm gonna start making the layers. So I'm gonna start with the potatoes, and I'm gonna put them one by one in the tray that I already sprayed with this pan. And I'm doing it with my finger because it's faster and easier. The potatoes are not hot anymore. So now I put my first layer of potatoes. I'm gonna put in some Parmesan on top, like that. And then I'm gonna start with the zucchini. These are hotter, and I'm gonna do another layer on top. Now I have my second layer of zucchini. I'm gonna put another layer of Parmesan cheese. And then I move on to the eggplants. These are bigger, so they're gonna take faster to cover. You can put the small ones in between the big ones. There's my third layers. Again, same thing, you put some Parmesan. And then, of course, I have leftover of every single veggie, so I'm gonna put one last layer where I'm gonna all mix them up together. So we're gonna put potatoes, zucchini, and we're gonna just cover the entire tray. So that's my last layer of mixed veggies. Again, same thing. You're gonna put some Parmesan. So now I'm gonna put the layer of meat, and you can see it's watery because of the tomatoes. So I'm just gonna take, try to put as less as possible some liquid because I need it to be solid. So now that I put the meat, it's time for the bechamel sauce. So you're just gonna put it on top of the meat. Oopsie. And then once I'm done, I'm gonna put the 4 cheese mix on top. If you like more cheese, you can definitely add the cheese to the bechamel sauce, but then it might be too heavy. So now I just need to spread the sauce evenly on top of everything. There you go. And now you just put some cheese on top. And then you're gonna bake it for about, I would say 20 minutes, until the cheese is completely melted and starting to get golden That's it. There's your moussaka.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's the moussaka, all golden and beautiful. That's it. It's ready.